Hello again. So today's excerpt is from chapter 27, titled Surrendering. So yesterday we left off with chapter 26, titled The Choice, and I have set up the appointment to have Gidget euthanized. I feel that, I'm feeling like that is the right choice to make. And as I do that, I receive an email from my friend Dawn, who's the animal communicator, and letting her know of my decision, and we end up getting together on Skype to talk about it, because Dawn feels very strongly that she needs to let me know that she feels that I'm not making the right decision for Gidget and myself. So this chapter goes on to talk about how we go back and forth with that, and Dawn is trying to be very gentle with me. She's reading the energy of the situation, and she really feels like this is going to be the wrong choice, that I'm going to regret doing this. But all I can feel is this intense pressure. I'm feeling resentment. I'm feeling judged. And it was a very difficult conversation to have for both of us. Definitely for both of us. Though I didn't realize that at the time for her, but, I'm definitely feeling this immense pressure. There is at one point where we've reached a crossroads in our conversation, and she says to me, I'm just trying to be an advocate for Gidget. And this is where this rage that I kept inside all these many, many years of my life, of the fact that I had been touched inappropriately as a child, comes just flying out. And I said to her, but who was an advocate for me? And this is the beginning. This is the breakthrough that is about to happen. And I'm grateful for now. I'm grateful now that this did happen, because this helps me as I continue on this healing journey. So the part I'm going to pick up with in this chapter is, so Dawn encourages me to really be with this decision I've made, and really give it deep thought, sit with Gidget. And I end up doing that, and I have a thought that goes through my mind that I would rather die than deal with the pain that I was feeling. And that's when I knew that this was serious, because I don't ever recall feeling like I wanted to die. So I end up realizing, I go to bed that night, I realize that I need to surrender, and I am going to have to share this with John and my mom, which are the two people that every time I'd have this vision pop into my mind, I knew if there was going to be two people I was going to tell, it was going to be my mom and John. But that felt incredibly hard to have to do yet. How do you tell somebody the secret that you've been keeping all these years? And I was really afraid that perhaps they might not believe me. And then what would that lead to? So I go to bed that night and I surrender. I've heard of people saying they surrender, and I just did. I gave it all up to God. And I said, if I am meant to do this, I need your help. Please help me. And I knew I had to talk to John the next day. So I'm going to pick up around 2 a.m. I awoke and knew what had to be done. I was still scared, but I also trusted it would be okay, and I drifted back to sleep. When I awoke again at 6 a.m., a heaviness still plagued me. I wasn't sure it was helping me to put one foot in front of the other, but I also knew that what I had to do, even though I wasn't sure exactly how I would do it, all I knew was that it had to be today. I couldn't wait any longer. I walked into the kitchen and saw John at the counter packing his lunch for work. I scooped Gidget into my arms, sat down on the kitchen table, and placed her on my lap. John looked over at me, asking how I was. I need to talk to you. Okay, but I need to be across the street to meet subcontractors in 20 minutes. This is really important. What's up? I hadn't planned how I was going to say anything. I just trusted I was being guided. How does Gidget look to you? As he stood off to the side, he looked at her, then me, and said, she looks sick. I shook my head back and forth as I summoned the courage to say what I knew needed to be said. After a moment, I quietly said, she's not sick, John. She's not? No, it's me. I'm sick. What do you mean? I need to tell you something that has caused me a great deal of pain for many years, but I've been afraid to tell you. As he knelt beside me, he put his hand on my shoulder. It's okay, you can tell me. With every ounce of courage I could muster, I took a deep breath and wailed out that I'd been inappropriately touched as a child. This secret I'd been carrying with me for far too long. I had no idea how he would react. I was terrified he wouldn't understand, and that he may even leave me, thinking I was damaged. My whole body was shaking. He put his arms around me as I continued to cry and said, It's okay. We will get through this. It was such a relief to hear him say this. After a few moments, he stood up and said, You need to trust God to help you. A half smile came across my face. I did. That's why I just shared this with you. You know I am here for you, right? I nodded my head up and down. We've had our ups and downs, but we've always been there for each other. Over the years, we have often fondly referred to ourselves as Team Tackle. What a dear, wonderful, amazing husband I have. I am so blessed. I am so fortunate. He was so understanding and so caring. And I just want to share this little bit with you, just a little insight. When he said to me, you need to trust God to help you. I had struggled for many, many years to understand what God really was to me. And he knew I was struggling with that as well. So it was a relief for him to know that this was a big part of what my struggle was about as well. So the next excerpt I'm going to read is from chapter 28. And I'm continuing to search and reach out and follow my intuition on getting the most support that I can, because now I've shared the secret. I go on to share it with my mom, and I know I need to continue to support myself and completely heal this pain that I've carried with me all these years. So I'll be back. I don't know why I'll say we, but I hope you will be coming back. I'll be back tomorrow with chapter 28, Getting Help. See you then.